Yeah. Tune in, lock in. Yeah, we back again. It's the aisle in your headphones. Call a friend. Real talk, real takes. Cut the noise. It's that mindful moment for the boys and girls. From the front to the back, we claiming his name. Got a story and a testimony. Put a name on the game. You are now tuned into the aisle. Let's go. From the first word, last word, he's in control. Hit play, lean back, let the truth unfold. It's the show. It's the show. On air now. Let's roll. Deep dive, quick hit. We can shift on a dime. From the laughs to the lessons, all in one line. Got the crew, got the gas, every voice, every view. If you're ready for freedom, here's your cue. You are now tuned into the aisle. Let's go. From the first word, last word, he's in control. Hit play, lean back, let the truth unfold. It's the show. It's the show. On air now. Let's roll.
I didn't really, what's funny is that coming into a space where, because in the Assemblies of God, that's the camp you guys grew up going to church to every summer.
Yeah.
This was my first summer ever going. I'd never been there before, but I remember meeting a girl. So, you never been here before? So you just like fit in so well. I feel like you've been here. I'm like, that's how I feel like coming on the campus. I feel like I've always been here. I feel like I've always like known the people that I've met, the Van Doozers, like meeting them, like meeting Tim and all that kind of stuff. Like having those lasting relationships, even to this day, where I see people at like fine arts. It's like I met them back in 2012, and we still have like a relationship present. It's just really, really crazy.
Nice.
But that I grew spiritually there. Learned how to pray for more than an hour and not repeat myself. One of Jeremy's big things was like, listen, we're going to pray for this camp. These kids are coming. If you're going to be sitting here repeating your prayers, like, go, don't even stay. Learn how to pray specific prayers. Learn how to pray into things.
Just keep it to yourself.
So I was like, bro. So I really was like challenged to like do that. But like, it's really funny how whenever you grow in that area of prayer and learning how to pray that way, how it becomes natural whenever you're praying for different things, and then it's like 3 hours have gone by, and you're like, what in the world? Like, what? I thought it's been 5 minutes. I thought, but no, it's like
there's so much to pray for.
Yes, there is.
Man, there's this, there's that. Oh yeah, and then that, and then
there
this.
is.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that really resonated with me, whenever we would have different mentors every week, and I was still doing Chi Alpha work then, because back then they had did this thing where on Tuesday nights after service, Jeremy would do like a Chi Alpha night.
Right.
So like the guy that was going to start the one that was at Austin P, Jonathan Miller, he's great. He's still doing it, I think, to this day. He starts he's at the Chi Alpha in Austin P. But we'd have a Chi Alpha night where the seniors at the camp would come, and we would tell them about, like, if you're going to this campus, we want you to get plugged in with Chi Alpha. Like, if you need to find a community of people, of believers to like be in with, right? So we'd have nights like that, but I really learned how to pray for kids in a way to where it's like you realize kids in situations where they can't get out of, like my sister or me when I was younger.
Yeah.
Pray that they experience God in a way that changes them at camp, to when they go back to their same situation, their same rut.
Yeah.
They're different. And
they have that secret place.
Yeah. And that hit me really hard, because I'm like, I had to learn how to do that. So how much more should I be praying into that for these kids and the campers that come?
Yeah.
So Camp Jackson's a blessing. It was awesome. Like Chris Brown was the campgrounds keeper, and he's still one of my spiritual dads to this day.
The singer.
Not the singer. He's definitely not
different
the singer.
Chris Brown.
Don't ask Chris Brown to sing. He will. Don't ask him to sing. He'll be like, "No, I can't do that."
No, I can't do that.
He's an old country guy, but he is great. He really was instrumental in my life in that summer. Towards the end of the summer, my grandfather passed away. My papa passed away. My dad died while I was at camp. So my parents were still pretty messed up, and of course Dad's going through grief. So they came. Goodlettsville and Dixon aren't that far apart, because Dixon's just like, it's like a little bit outside of like Nashville.
Gotcha.
But Chris, I remember him driving me down the mountain to go meet my dad at Goodlettsville City Hall. and he kind of got to see a snapshot of why I wasn't at home for the summer, or why I wasn't in Dixon. Because Chris had also come from a background of like drug addiction and all that kind of stuff. So he can look at someone and just kind of know.
Yeah.
So after I went to my papa's funeral in Dixon, they drove me back, but they weren't in their right mind. So like Chris had to come pick me up again. And we really just like solidified our relationship on the truck drive back to camp, where he was like, man, I'm only praying for your dad. Cause that's like, man, I see that he has a calling on his life, but he's really running from it.
Yeah.
So it's been years. Yeah. It's been years. So Camp Jackson ended, and I went to Dixon because I think school started back in about a couple more weeks, but I had like 2 weeks. I had to just like kind of like chill
figure out what to do. Right.
Went back to Dixon, lasted 2 days, but I could drive by that. I'm an adult. I had a car. So I was like, drove to Dixon, stayed there at night, and I was like, no, I can't do this. So, left in the middle of the night, like midnight or something. I had a buddy that stayed in the duplexes behind the Chi Alpha house at the time. So he let me stay with him, and then I moved in with Gus for like a week or so before school started, before my dorm opened up. But yeah, so then just went back to, after the Camp Jackson experience, I would go back to visit, help out wherever I could, just kind of go like whatever. But then I graduated that December from MTSU. And that's whenever I think Gus had transitioned out of Chi Alpha, and I think Clint and Sally Bryan had transitioned in, because they were coming. They were a couple that were at the church for a little bit, but they had been coming to Chi Alpha, but they were given the ministry after Gus moved to Texas. So I stuck around, even though I wasn't in college anymore. I stuck around to help them kind of transition in and get people accustomed to them. And I think I can't remember whenever Pastor Wayne moved here, but Pastor Wayne had moved here to be our worship pastor. And I remember Brittany and Nick and Hayden and Allison had come to our Chi Alpha service. And I was just doing my thing, just welcoming them. Hey, this is like, my name's Blake. They let me know a little bit about them and all that kind of stuff, where they came from. They came from Pennsylvania. And I went, that's super awesome, actually. Like, what in the world is happening?
How'd you get here?
Exactly. And I don't remember if Pastor Wayne came to a service or not, but he came to a service where I was leading worship, and he had pulled me aside and asked me if I wanted to sing for like big church. That's what I call it, big church, because I did do kids church for a while, so big church, big church. I was like, I mean, sure, I don't mind to. And at that time, I think before you could join, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you had to do like an offertory, so you could kind of like get introduced to the church before you started singing for the choir.
Maybe that was a thing.
Yeah, so I remember having to sing a song, but I sung a song that my cousin wrote on the album that my youth group had like made all those years before.
The one that you're going to have to find for us? Is that the one you're talking about?
I think that might be on YouTube too. I don't know. I think somebody like people be posting things. I'm like, y'all, please. But I said, Seth, this was written in a girl's key. Can you write it in a key where I can sing it? He was like, God, same day. Seth rewrote it, composed it, sent it to me. So I said, there's a song that I haven't like, the church probably doesn't know because my cousin wrote it, but Pastor Wayne's like, no, it's fine, it's whatever. So sung that song, and then that transitioned my era into like moving from Chi Alpha into like main worship or whatever to big worship.
That
was probably like around maybe 2013, something like that. Something I can't remember. But started doing that and really grew exponentially there in that area as well. Like really tried to do my best at like putting my best foot forward, getting over nervousness and anxiety and all that kind of stuff. And then I still was kind of working with college ministry, but then there was a missing piece for like young adults that I was noticing. A lot of people were like, but a lot of us that had grown up in Chi Alpha together, we're now looking to hang out. It's like, none of us are in college really, or some of us are, but we're about to graduate. So what do we do? So me and your wife actually proposed this idea.
Our roads.
Me and your wife had this idea to kind of like start this college age group because it was like, it was necessary, it was needed. But if you know Pastor Eddie, it's like one of those things. If you bring him an idea, that's great.
Sounds like you're going to start something. Awesome. Thanks.
I was like, no. And
actually, I was suggesting it to you, Pastor.
I think we were both of the same mind where it's like, we had this idea. Like, someone else should totally do this, but I don't know. You're going to do it if you brought the idea. So we got that started, the Generation College group, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun.
It went through a lot of like transitions. I feel like Clint and Sally were not. They helped out a little bit, but I can't remember if they had transitioned out or not. But we had another guy come in that was passionate about young adults worship, and we had a worship team. I was part of like coordinating events and stuff, so I'll create events and that kind of thing, like hangouts, that kind of stuff. That's where
Yeah.
that's where I live.
Yep.
The community part, the belonging part. Um,
Face of the franchise.
I'm telling you, um, was doing that, was leading worship on Wednesdays too, sometimes with
Right.
Pastor Wayne, but then got out of that, started doing a reach. So I just subbed one thing for
Yep.
another. So I was doing young adults ministry, reach, still helping out with worship team. So I was doing
Yep.
a lot, all over the place. So, but then the young adults ministry, it grew into where the same people from Chi Alpha are still like we're getting older. So it's
Yes.
like some of us we don't have kids yet, but like some of them are like married now, looking at starting families. But then we didn't really fit with like the people that were still in Chi Alpha.
Right.
So there had to be another split. So John and Katie the Capshaw so graciously took over the college portion
Yep.
of the generation part, and we split off to have Gen Adults as well. So Chad and Chelsea, they kind of like stepped up, took over that group, which is still going strong to this day. Shout out
Yep.
to the Maddoxes.
Yep.
So that became the two groups that we kind of worked in but then I kind of like had to step out of my role of like welcoming in new college kids because I'm still getting older, and it's like here's an 18-year-old. It's like here's this like almost 30-year-old guy.
How are
You're
you,
like,
sir?
oh, what? Like yeah, you're like timeless. I was like, well, even like Val Dando even said, seeing me on stage, she's like, I just see you, and I just see you in Kyle, like
That's
still
it.
singing. And I'm
Just
like,
Kyle Alpha.
it's crazy, it's ridiculous. But unfortunately, I think I'm not aging with time, I guess
Yes.
too much.
For
So,
sure.
yeah. So I transitioned out of doing that and kind of just started going to the Gen Adults thing. And then transitioned out of that to kind of like really focus on graduating. And then I went back to grad school as well.
Yep.
So to be a school counselor, I'd gotten my undergrad. I was a psych major. With psychology, you had to double minor. So I had
Mm.
like a double minor in mental health services and then special education. So I had to
Okay.
go back to get my master's in school counseling specifically. And that was a journey in itself. But when I finally landed on the school counseling, I'm like, this is what I want to do for sure.
I'm stopping here. I'm
Correct.
done.
So I'd done that. But it kind of all leads me to zooming out on my life and really thinking about what topic I wanted to talk about. It was faithfulness. Like
Yeah.
I've known the Lord to just be faithful and true, and that's His personal name for me.
Yep.
You read Revelation 22, like the rider on the white horse. That's what I also call him sometimes too. Like if you read that scripture, it's just so it just really snapshots Jesus as he is,
Yep.
right? It's just like he's coming as this rider on the white horse, but that's who he's always been.
So he's always been.
He's been the rescuer
Yep.
for me. He has been the faithful friend that I've needed, even when I didn't feel like it.
Yep.
He's been my identity, and that's what I really hide behind. I hide behind the cross, and that's
Yep.
what I really define myself by, because that's really what he's been in my life, is just faithful and true. That's
Yep.
the little tattoo he has on his thigh. That's what he's been for me.
That's it.
So I really feel like sometimes you have to zoom out. Like you have to really go back and remember the things he's brought you through. And even like now, like co-leading the men's life group and then doing what I do now, I had to learn how to draw those healthy boundaries as well.
Yep.
Because you can't give everything 100%, right? Something's
Mm-hmm.
going to get 70, something's going to get 30. If you don't draw those healthy boundaries, even in ministry, like you have to learn how to like, do what you've been called to do and not embellish or like over exert yourself in other areas. So
Yep.
learned how to do that. But yeah, God is faithful and He's been with me. My family now, present day, my dad is back in church. There's a family church in Dixon that he's gone back to. So my family actually started this church. It's a little missionary Baptist church. So
Gotcha.
they're big on titles. So I think his title is like head chancellor, but it's like a head deacon. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I'm like, yo, like what?
Chancellor,
So
deacon.
it's crazy. Like
Whatever.
so funny.
Whatever.
Funny side story. I went for Wednesday night Bible study one time because he leads that too. Because dad
Right.
does everything. He had me read. They do open reading, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Okay.
great, awesome. But it was King James. I have King James.
Yes.
And I'm reading it out loud. I'm like,
oh, this is great.
am I making sense? I'm saying words,
what
but
did I say?
I'm like, man, King James is like, wow, this is crazy. But when I recall scripture, sometimes I have to recall the King James version to actually get it out.
Yep.
Because that was like what I grew up in. But even going back to God's faithfulness, though, like having my dad now in a situation where he is like back in church, we're still, my mom and sister, they're on the path of moving forward. They still have their struggles and stuff, but the restoration and the faithfulness, even in God in that area, has been exponential.
Yeah.
I didn't think that there was going to be restoration in that area the way that it was going.
Oh, yeah.
And because I couldn't make it happen. I tried before I'd gone to dad, and Tried to win his heart back when I was convinced that it needed to be me to do the
Right.
saving for the family.
Right.
But the Holy Spirit got him to the place where he needed him to be to reveal to him this
Yeah.
is now you need something different,
Yeah.
right? But Dad said he remembers every conversation we ever had on that. So the faithfulness of the planting of seed, like
Oh
knowing my
yes.
role.
Yep.
Knowing my role is like I was obedient to what Holy Spirit had me do. I planted the seed, but that's where it needed to stop. I didn't need to feel like I needed to be the sunlight
Water
or the
and
water and the person to
tilling the
like
ground and pulling
pulling the
weeds.
plant up out of the dirt. Like,
Yep.
yeah, you don't have to do like the Holy Spirit will convict the heart and he'll do the dirty work. You just be obedient, faithful, plant the seed.
Yep.
So um but yeah, his faithfulness has really like carried me through a lot of dark times and even like present day, like what I'm doing now, like I feel like my mission field is the school that I work at, my kids that are there,
Oh
like
yes.
really being a light
Mm-hmm.
for them and really showing them Christ in a way that they wouldn't see it any other time. And I was
Right.
talking to one of my friends' wives who's trying to get into my field. She was asking me like some tips on what she should do. And she's running 2 women's life groups, I think, for her church or whatever. And like, she's like, the
Nice.
girls were talking about private school and taking their kids out um, to like in a more Christian environment because the public school system is so bad. And I'm like, I mean, the public school it's the public school system. You get everyone comes right, but she said I just talked to them and I was like, well, if you take your kids out, who's going to be Christ in the school system?
Yeah.
Like, what are those kids? Are they going to? They're not going to see Christ we keep pulling our kids out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that is like it's really
Yeah.
good. I
It's
mean,
it's the balancing act of
it's the
like,
balancing act. Yes,
maybe, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should.
yeah, and you're a parent. You can't protect your kids from everything. And
No.
I think the misconception of having your kids in a private school, thinking they'll never experience the real world, is
Oh
just
yeah.
a
Yeah.
misconception.
They're
Like
gonna run into it at some point.
they will.
Like
Yes.
for Kaylee, who was our youngest, like there was a point like things were just bad. I'm like, get her out of public school.
Yeah.
And the Lord's like, yeah, y'all not doing that yet.
Yeah.
And
Not
so
yet.
the next year roll around, I'm pulling her out. I don't care. And he's like,
Not
are
yet.
you? Are you really doing that? Yeah. So it's hard, man,
Yeah,
because
it is
you
rough.
don't want them in those spaces.
Yeah.
And a part of it, man, is it was letting go of control.
Yeah, it's true.
Like trusting God enough to take care of her
Yeah.
in those spaces
Yeah.
and trusting that
Until the
he's
right time.
equipped her
Yeah.
right until it's time to get out of those.
Yeah.
Like there's things that she needed to see
Yeah.
and needed to experience. They weren't good things,
Right.
but what they did is identify things in her that she had to deal with,
Man.
right? And seeing things that she was like, oh gosh, like I don't ever want to go down that
Yeah.
road,
Yeah.
right?
There's the visual.
But if she's only in homeschool, she never gets any of that,
Right.
and so it's every case is different.
It is.
Like
Yeah.
you have to be spirit led.
Yeah.
Like you got to be praying about like, Lord, is this where my kid needs to be?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
need them there,
Yeah.
or do they need to be somewhere
Yeah,
else?
you said it. It's about control. You
Yep.
said it. So a lot of parents want to control the narrative and pull their
Yep.
kids out and like, well, they won't experience this if I do this. But it's like,
Yep.
isn't time for that yet though. They
Right.
might have something they need to like not see. I have a lot of people who, when I said when you get to middle school, you're going to see, but then parents have opted out and like they've done online and then
Yep.
drop them in high school, and it's like
Yep.
that's not going to be a good. Dropping them in high school as a freshman and skipping the middle school, it's
Oh
not going
yeah.
to be. They're going to see like I
They're
don't
gonna
know,
see some,
man. Yeah,
and like for me, seeing certain things growing up, like in school or with my family,
yeah,
they became things like, oh, I don't ever want to do that
yeah,
because I see the hot mess this is,
yeah.
right? But if I never see those things,
Right.
I'm like, well, this ain't that bad.
Yeah,
Let me try this,
yeah.
right? Like alcohol was a huge issue in my family.
Right.
Drug abuse was a huge issue. And if I didn't live through that and see it,
Yeah.
and I didn't see the things that I saw in school, like y'all are doing what? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to, and seeing the consequences of all
Yeah.
that, it's like, why would I ever do that
Right.
when I see the consequences of all that? So
Yeah.
for me, seeing those things was like, yeah, I'm never ever going to do that. Some people see it and they're like, I
I'll
don't know
just
what
try.
they see. They're like,
Right.
well,
Let me
I'm going
just
to try
try.
it.
Like,
Or they feel
it can't be
like
that bad.
it won't affect me that way,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so
I
it's
also think
different.
you also miss like seeing the good too, because I feel like if you look at something and only want to see the bad or assume it's going to be bad, you're going
Yeah,
to miss out what's good in it.
true.
So like, even though like public school is like a training ground for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I get the opportunity to instill in them a lot of good values that they'll need going into middle school. Like, so maybe like private school is not a choice for you, or maybe online is not a choice for them. So those kids that need that place to belong, I'm giving them skills to like flex in those spaces, right?
Yep.
And a lot of what I do is just fundamentally basic, like good human things to like keep in mind, like how to treat people, how to be respectful, how to be kind, how to watch what you say. Because I tell my kids that you guys are growing up in a world to where like what you say isn't as important as how it made someone feel.
Right.
And if someone feels like you have like upset them or threatened them, that's what we place more weight on these days than more than what you said. So teaching them the balance of like how to talk to people respectfully and how to like really just like carry themselves in a way that's like Christ-like.
Yes.
Carry themselves in a manner to where it's going to like
where you consider the other person.
Yes, yeah. So,
yeah.
But not to say that, but some kids, public school is not for some kids. Like college isn't for everybody, right? Public school isn't for everyone.
No.
Some kids need like extra help. Some kids go to behavior school. Some kids go to special ed school for what they need. But I'm always the advocate for getting kids what they need.
Yes.
So, and the Lord's been faithful in that too, honestly. Like my job field, even getting the job that I have now, like his hand has been in it to where I like this is the school that I wanted to be at.
Right.
But in my timeline, it didn't work out. So I was like, oh well, that's probably just not the school for me then.
Forget this whole career.
Because my whole thing was like, my prayer was the school was being built when I was wanting to be there, and I'm like, Lord, I want my grad program to line up to the timing to where whenever I graduate, if they're looking for someone, they're going to be like looking at me, right?
Right.
But I've done a lot of after school care work, and I've done a lot of like odd end jobs because I really felt called to really work and not do grad school for a long time after the fact. So like I think I even like it was like 10 years. Like I graduated like 2012, went back in like 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
But for some reason I felt called to build my resume, work with kids, work in different arenas of like childcare, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Worked in medical. So like did medical check-in for a long time, still do that to this day.
Yep.
But it was because of me being obedient to that, me being faithful in that set me up for where I'm at now. So like the principal of the school, former principal, I should say, he was the principal that opened the school whenever it opened. I was a semester behind. So I was like, dang, now they're going to have to like hire. They can't wait to hire a school counselor now. They're already going to be full in. Then COVID happened, right?
School
so I kind of slowed everything down.
Yeah.
Slowed everything down. So by the time that I graduated, I was still wanting that school so badly. But I'm like, I've already, like, they don't need nobody, da da da. But I sent them something to send them an email. So I sent them an email. And backtracking too, I also acted on faith. And like when I was going back into school, I'd inquired about the school counseling program like 10 years prior, like back in 2012.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't going to go, but I'm like, I can't, I'm going to quit school if I start again. I need a break. But I emailed one of the main professors in that department, and he ended up being the same person I emailed a decade later. So, hey, you may not remember me, but I like asked some questions about grad school back in the day. He's like, I absolutely remember you. And he's like, it's kind of weird that you messaged me now because we actually just changed the program to like look like this. So if you don't, I'm a terrible test taker, y'all. So the GRE was one of the prereqs you had to have. And I'm like, I'm not good at math. I'm not going to pass that test. But they took an alternative test. He said, so it's really strange that you email me right now because like we just opened our program to take multiple like admissions for testing. So you could actually take the test that you were looking at taking, and it's a little easier to be admitted to the program. So God worked that out.
Nice.
Did the program. God worked it out to where I'm not saying that God caused COVID because I don't believe in that.
Right.
But COVID happened at the time that it happened to where they were requiring you to be at the center to see clients from like 9 to 4. I'm the independent, y'all. Like I've been independent for a while. I've been like working on my own for a while. I can't be like not working. Like I can't be at the center from 9 to 4 not working. I can't afford my rent if I do that. But because of COVID, everything was put online. So I got to see people at a different time. I got to like work and then see people like in Memphis, like after hours. Like it was just really cool. So God worked that out. Fast forward to this job. So the guy that's the principal, I had his kid in after school care years ago for a summer program.
Wow.
And I like sent him an email on faith. I was like, hey, man, I remember me. I know your wife picked up your son Neil a lot, but you know, I worked at YMCA. He's like, absolutely remember you. Yes, man. He's like, I have a school counselor. She's here, but she's been looking for someone to like mentor and be her second person. So yeah, come on, like you can be our intern. I'm like, praise the Lord. So I got there, met Amy Baltimore. We found out we both love Jesus, and that was like best of friends.
Boom.
So she was like, I'm going to advocate for you to be my second school counselor at this school. And I'm like, praise be. Great.
That's awesome.
Well, Dr. Duke, he's now our doctor. He's over Murfreesboro City Schools now. Mm-hmm. He was my principal for 3 months. And then he transitioned into his role as director. So the assistant principal, who is now my principal, whenever I interviewed for the position officially in the summer of 2021, she's in the same sorority as one of my cousins. So she was like, your interview's it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, praise God. So like the way that the Lord has had the way his faithfulness has orchestrated all my steps up until this point. It's just it's unmatched, and it's like I'm undeserving of like his faithfulness. But like he is really just like that's been my thing. Like is life perfect? No. Am I still walking in faith for certain things? Absolutely. But he's been there. I think he's really orchestrated that. It's like I'm not going anywhere. He's been the constant in my life, even through all the stuff that I've been through. I feel like I've lived a bunch of lives, but he's been the constant thing that's like been there the whole time.
Yeah, just man. So a lot of that stuff I didn't know, which is great.
I know, right? It's a lot.
Because our window of time is from, the young adult thing up until now.
Yeah.
I know a little bit we've talked a little bit about your parents and everything, but just, getting that whole cycle of the up and down that your dad went through, and just him like, no, my issues don't affect you. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you come up with that equation when your job is to actually raise us? And just going through all of that, and then your sister being in the midst of that. Just the back and forth is just all that's hard, man.
It's rough. And I think I remember seeing my sister for the first time, like thinking that she was okay, but then like she's partying with my parents. And then my parents are mad at me. They're like, well, she won't listen to us. And I'm like, you can't party with her on Friday, then try to parent her on Monday. You can't do that. You can't force her to go to school whenever you had her up on Sunday. It doesn't matter.
It does not work that way. You're either a parent or you're a friend. You're going to pick one.
Correct. I'm telling you. Can't do both.
Goodness. Well, how is your sister doing?
She's doing better. She is working, I think, full time. She's now discovered voice texting. So getting a voice text every other day. So I feel like that's like, so my prayers used to be, if my family does ever get fixed, quote unquote, like what is my life going to look like? So I've had to do active work in my faithfulness. But like, okay, they've not chosen me for so long. And now they're to the point where like they're trying to like, they're making the choice to want to communicate with me. So I've got to like unharbor any hard feelings. I've got to be willing to move forward and be faithful, right? And try to work them into like what my life looks like. Because you're not wanting to be a part of it for so long, but now it's like something I've had to work on.
And you got to make space for that, and even make space in your heart for that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm still really having to rely on the faithfulness of God for. Because he has to do that, not me. Because if it's me, I'm like, man, I don't have the bandwidth, right? I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the capacity to like emotional space to do this. But I know that through Christ I can do it, right? So I'm a Joshua 9 guy. Be strong and very courageous, for the Lord is with you wherever you go. I've had to like lean on that. That's my favorite scripture, and I feel like there's another scripture that just like really just screams his faithfulness. I want to read this one. That's why I didn't have this on there. So it says in Proverbs 18 that giving a gift can open doors. I mean, it gives access to important people. And I really felt like Casey had said this before too, in the past, that your gift will make room for you. And I really feel like that's something that has spoke about God's faithfulness over my life and in my life and wherever I've gone. Like he's always, in any arena I've been, he's used my giftings to make room for his faithfulness. So like I can't limit that to my family aspect either. Like if I'm going to like put myself in that arena of being open, being vulnerable with them and making space for them, like my gift's going to make room for me. So that sense of belonging that I bring to people, I can do that in the family, right? But I've just got to remember my role, of course. I'm not overexerting myself, have healthy boundaries, but he's going to be faithful to bring full restoration to past.
Oh yes.
And even in my heart and in my mind and in my soul, like trying to like restore the things that reservation where it's, oh, it's good for now.
Right.
Right.
But is
the other shoe going to drop? Yeah, is the
Yeah.
other shoe, when is it going to drop? It's only a matter of time. So, um, acting in faith and really walking my faith out in that to where like, hey, even if he doesn't, right? That whole thing where it's like, you've got to like trust God in all things because his faithfulness it's true. It's gonna prevail over
Oh yeah.
whatever it looks like. We talked about that, I think, in group where discouragement comes in whenever what I see doesn't match what God says.
Oh yeah.
Right. So.
Yep. Absolutely. And I think part of the journey, Blake, because we've talked many times about boundaries.
Yeah.
And learning to set those. I think as as you grow in that boundary setting, controlling and understanding, like, okay, yeah, my yes is my yes, my no is my no, and being okay with either side of that coin.
Yeah.
It's gonna allow you, as you're opening your heart to receive again from the family in these situations.
Yeah.
It gives you more of a straight line to navigate.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like, yeah, if y'all gonna do this, then it's no.
Yeah.
And there's no negotiation.
Right.
And if you're gonna do this, then yeah, okay, cool.
Absolutely.
We can do this together.
Yeah, I can work
right.
with that.
And so it makes a lot of things very clear, and it gives you space to have a real conversation.
Right.
Like, man, I want y'all in my life.
Yeah.
But here are the boundaries.
Man.
And if you want to operate outside of that, then we're just gonna have to keep it like it's been.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, as you grow in that and just get stronger and stronger in that and more confident in that, I think that will make that whole, okay, I got space for y'all, so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier. So
I love that.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. My family. We're on the restorative track also.
Man.
Like, just, all right, Lord, whatever you're gonna do,
right.
We're here for it. We trust you with it.
Yeah.
And we can't make it happen.
Can't. It's relinquishing that control and trusting in his faithfulness. Is what I'm having to learn every day.
Yep.
And it really is easier said than done. Because
what
you see in front of you, it's like,
but I can't, don't touch it. I just want to touch it, Lord. Just a little bit.
It's also really hard to, we talked about this in group too. Our chatterbox stuff has been really good for me, honestly.
Oh yeah.
But it talked about Joshua, circling the walls of Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And he made it a point to say it wasn't like a Tetris thing to where like, oh, they walked around the first day and a little bit of the wall chipped off. And the second day, a little bit more fell down. It said on the seventh time, God brought the walls. Everything came down all at once, right? So it's really hard to walk around something, to pray about something, to pray for something, to pray into something that doesn't look like it's changing at all. And here you are doing laps and just being obedient and giving all you can do to it without having to like let discouragement or doubt in. But you're just like, Lord, I'm like investing. I'm like, this person ain't changing. This person ain't doing. Like, I'm like getting weary, but don't stop on 6 is what that study had said. So I continue to do that for my family. But I'll admit there were times where I'm like, I'm praying for your family, and I'm like, oh, I'm not. Sorry. I'm like, I've been doing it. So I'm like, I'm taking a break. I'm on the bench right now. Thank you for praying for them. Thank you for subbing.
I'm glad you subbed in.
Thank you for intercessory. I appreciate it because I'm definitely not. But Holy Spirit had to check me for that too, because it's like, don't give up on 6. Like, keep going around, even if it's like, because that's what God does with us. That's why His faithfulness is just this thing that's just incomprehensible. I don't deserve it, but He continues to like be faithful, even though He knows I'm going to mess up and I'm not getting it. I'm still like, He's like, here He goes again. The same thing, He needs to like break that. He needs to work on that.
Blake's crashing out. Hold on.
Correct. Hold on. As the kids would say, crashing out. But yeah, so. He does it with me, and like if I want a heart like his, I've got to learn how to do it. We've got to learn how to
do it, man. Yeah, it's hard, dude.
Yeah,
like you see situations, you're like, I'm out.
Right.
Like, it's just, my wife knows. Like, when I'm out, I'm out.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to. It's hard for me to check back in sometimes.
Yeah.
And I got to get better at that. I know I do, because like you said, He does it for us. We got to do it if we're going to be reflections of Him. And so I feel like I'm getting better at it. Maybe in some areas, and there's probably some areas where there's certain lines that are crossed, and I'm like, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that yet. And the Lord's still got to work on me in that area.
And that's okay, y'all. That's all right. You can it's okay to not be, you're working towards perfection. You're not going to be perfected until Jesus comes back. So just keep working,
I've messed up so much. He's got so much work to do anyway. So
yes, exactly. It's got a lot of work to do.
It's fine.
There's a lot of unlearning too. I feel like that's that's a whole separate thing. It's one thing to give someone something new to learn.
Yep.
But the other part of the onion is unlearning what you've always done.
Because you can't just hit the delete button.
You can't.
There's patterns.
Ask any child. Thank you.
There are patterns over there that you just like, I got to work through this pattern.
Yeah.
And that's why, anytime we talk about youth, man, it's so important to give them healthy patterns to start with. Like, you don't want to live a reckless life and then be 35 like, I'm going to fix it.
I haven't done do everything,
You got 15, 20 years of bad patterns.
Correct.
That you've got to unlearn.
Yeah.
While also trying to learn something new.
Right.
And fighting the thing of, man, every time I'm stressed, I'm going to go back to these old patterns.
Yeah.
And so it just makes it so very hard.
Especially if the old patterns get you the results that you're wanting right away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're tired because your feet do hurt walking around that wall. It's like, bro, I'm just going to do.
You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go over here to the lake, lean under this tree.
Exactly.
Pop this bottle.
Like, what's going on? Let me do something that works.
Yeah. So, yeah, his faithfulness is a beautiful thing, man.
It is.
Like, again, but we have to step back and take the big picture.
Yeah.
Because there'll be things, I mean, you could step back, Blake, and look at your life and say, man, this was miserable, Lord. Like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Why would you put me in this situation? Or you can look at it and say, you knew the situation and you were faithful to find me a way out of this. Right. You were faithful to help me find a safe place.
Yeah.
You were faithful to show yourself to me in the midst of all of this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you even go back to the Israelites in the wilderness. Like, the Lord was faithful to them in so many ways, but because they were only complaining, like, he's giving you manna every day.
Right.
But they're complaining about it.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing in his faithfulness.
Yeah.
He's guiding them. Pillar of fire. Cloud. Like, he's taking you where you need to go.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what they wanted.
Yeah.
It wasn't how they wanted it. And they didn't step back and say, like, I'm not really sure I understand God all the way, but he shows up every day.
Yes. Absolutely.
Every single day of our lives out here in the middle of nowhere guiding us.
Yeah.
And providing for us. And man, sometimes we got to step away from the situations in our lives and say, but man, he shows up every day.
He shows up every time. And I feel really like all the people in my life, like even my church, like Nick, Brittany, Joe, Dylan, all the people that have been with me, walking alongside of me, my friends I met in college and I'm still friends with, Deshaun, William, all of them, like, I feel like my family not choosing me helped me learn how to create family in other spaces.
Yes.
Like, what is that verse where Jesus is talking about? They're like, he's speaking to some people and like people come, hey, your mom and your brother's out here looking for you. And he was like, well, who is my family?
Who is my mother?
They were the people, his family were the people he was ministering to.
Yes.
That were doing life with him, who he was like, who were in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that there's like any, like no value in family, but like I've learned how to create a sense of family where I'm at. So like people trust me to be around their kids without having to like worry about, oh, nothing's going to happen. They're safe. Right. And that's one of my biggest privileges. Like whenever parents are like thanking me for like running things at school or having like speaking like their kids, I'm like, thank you for giving me the opportunity to even have, because there's like, this world is crazy. There's like all kinds of crazy stuff that happens, but to be a safe place and to be able to have a gifting to create a sense of family wherever I'm at, it's kind of something that should have been robbed from me because I didn't have like anything to go off.
You should be soured on the experience.
Should be soured on the experience, but that's something I have to continually keep in check and keep his faithfulness in check for me. But I could zoom out and look like, man, this has been tumultuous. Man, I needed to and people have asked me, why are you not worse off than you are? And I said, it's because of his faithfulness.
Because of God, man.
It's because of his faithfulness.
Absolutely,
I'm telling
man.
you, like,
Absolutely.
he gives me the blueprint to where I can like duplicate it. But without him, it's like, it's impossible.
It's absolutely impossible. Like listen, you don't want to know me without Christ.
You don't.
Like,
I didn't want to know either.
No, I didn't.
Man.
I remember some of those days, man, looking in the mirror like, who am I?
Yeah.
And I don't even like you.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to stop being that person.
This way, yeah.
You know? But God was faithful even in those moments.
Yeah.
To say, that's okay.
Right.
Like, but I can remake you.
Yes.
If you let me.
Yeah.
And so it starts this journey of, all right, well, I don't know what that means, but okay, because I don't like this.
Right, ready or not, here we go.
Yeah. So, man, that's so good. So good. Like you can talk about faithfulness in so many areas, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to because I'll cry, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, I refuse. You shall not pull this out.
Right.
But man, I think about like even in our time together, I started doing these men's groups years ago, and Toby Bro, my ride or die homie, mentored me, walked with me through a lot of stuff, and also in the midst of that, he came in with me to do these men's groups.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing, but he went with me.
Right.
He said, all right, we're going to do this. But I look at the faithfulness of God to say, I've called you to this space, and I'm also going to send help with you.
Yeah. We get to go make a room too.
Oh, yeah. And then going through this, and after a few years of it, I'm like, Lord, I'm tired. I feel like I'm doing this by myself.
Yeah.
And then he starts inserting people. Here comes Josh Goad. Here comes Blake.
Yeah.
And his faithfulness in that of, hey, I'm building support.
Yeah.
And not even knowing at that time, the Lord is like, okay, now I need you to hand this off.
Yeah.
But his faithfulness in all of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because listen, if you know me, those guys of the church, I love those dudes with all my heart.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't care what they've done. It doesn't matter.
Right.
That's between them and the Lord.
It's true.
But I'm going to show up for them every time.
Yeah.
Every time that I can, know? And so God knew this. He understood that. And he's like, I'm not just going to give this to anybody.
Yeah.
Because there's a level of trust.
Yeah.
And, I'm not trying to take ownership of the trust. The trust has got to be in him.
Right.
So don't hear me saying that. But there was a level of like, I got to know these people are going to take care of these guys.
Yeah.
And actually care about them. And so his faithfulness to bring Josh into that situation, to continue doing that.
Yeah.
Man, it has meant so much to me.
Yeah.
Because I have peace about it.
Yeah.
Like there was times when I was like, Lord, I don't know. Like, is that person it? I don't know about them.
And the disclaimer, this whole podcast started from me just mentioning it. I reached to Dewan. He was like, you know what? God's been wrestling with me. And I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah. Blake kind of ruined my wrestling match. That's fine.
At least it was something. Oh, my goodness. So, no.
So it's just been, God has been faithful to kind of bring things, like he's asked me certain things, and I'm like, how are we going to do this? And then he's brought people and situations into the picture to say, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
Just go and do.
Right.
And so I have to remind myself in this new season that I'm in, because there's new things he's asking me to go and do. And I'm like, okay, Lord, like, how are we going to do this?
Right.
Like, I don't know anybody that does that. He's like, oh, but you actually do. And so now it's like putting these pieces together.
Yeah.
And trusting him with that. But I always have to go back to the faithfulness.
Yeah.
He's been faithful all this time. He's faithfully done this. He's faithfully done that. Why would he now abandon me?
Right.
And just be like, okay, you're on your own. Good luck.
Right.
So yeah, it's so good, man. Like, you can trust him. That's, if anything you guys need to hear is you can trust him.
Yeah. It's like, the easy part, believe it or not.
You hear Blake's story. You hear different things that people have shared on this podcast. You can trust him.
Yeah.
He is faithful. He wants to restore. He wants to heal. He wants to rebuild. He wants to do all those things. And he's going to be faithful to do it.
Yeah.
Our job is to show up and be obedient.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
even if you don't trust yourself, that's where that's where we get messed up. You can always trusting him is the easy part. We don't trust ourselves sometimes
Yep. And just know he's greater than us.
Yeah.
So even if you don't trust yourself, that's okay. He'll fix that too.
He'll fix it too, yeah.
And so just walk out in faith, whatever the Lord is calling you to do, whatever space he is calling you to walk into and move into, trust that he is going to show up.
Yeah.
He is going to show up, whether it's been good, whether it's been bad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can fix all of it every time. every time. And man, if you don't see it in Blake's story, then just rewind this, watch it from the beginning, ask the Lord, reveal truth to me through this story of who you are and your faithfulness to us and to me as an individual. And let him reveal, like, hey, I know you didn't think about this, but I was there.
Yeah.
I was there for that. I was orchestrating that. And let him begin to work in your life and build something that will last in your life, that leaves a legacy, that impacts others. Like all the places Blake has been, and even just all the people he mentioned that he's crossed path with, none of that happens without Blake saying yes.
Right.
And I'm trusting your faithfulness to carry me through that.
Yeah.
And now he's able to impact people here and people there and everywhere, and leading the men's group now, him and Josh, and impacting those guys and how that impacts those guys' families.
Yeah.
Right. And it just carries on and on and on. His faithfulness is just flows, man.
Yeah.
But it requires our obedience.
It does.
You know? And so, man, thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for making me.
I didn't make him, I asked him.
But of course, if you know me, that's like you ask. Oh, sure, yeah.
His yes was yes, and his no could have been no.
You know, but I'm not going to say no. He knows that. I'm getting better at that, but I'm still
He's
working
getting better at it.
You know,
but it's so good, man. So good. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing. I know it's going to help people today, tomorrow, and in the future. And it's helping me. It's helping me realize, like, yeah, Dewan, he's been faithful in every area. Like, why are we stressing?
Yeah.
You know, why?
And it helps me too. Like if you vocalize it, talking about it is one thing. Like be authentic. Talk about the things that God done for you. Talk about it and make it. Because sometimes you need to remember. Oh, yeah. I need to encourage myself. I need to be reminded of, oh yeah, I had been there. I hadn't forgot about that. Like my timeline is like, oh, that did happen. Oh, that person did give me money randomly. Didn't realize that what they were giving me at that time. He has used people around me to speak into me to give me things. I didn't realize I needed it. So yeah, you have, yeah.
So that's it, man. I think we've given them all we can give them today.
Yeah.
I think it's all they can handle. Until the next episode.
Until the next one. Season 3. Here we go.
Season 3, man. We're going in. We're going hard. And we will see you on the next episode.
See y'all.
Peace out.